Hi, my name is Ryan Comstock and I'm a realtor right here in Tucson, Arizona. I am doing a video for clients. They will say to me, Ryan, how much does adding a pool add to the value of our house? And so my standard answer is, depends upon the pool. So think of it this way, the pools come in all shapes and sizes here in Tucson. I've sold some homes that have the 1960s or 70s pool that have the diving board and the big slide. You know, they're really deep, 10 feet deep, in a strange shape. Those homes aren't going to add as much, those pools aren't going to add as much value as, say, a more modern pool, a 3, 4, 5, which is 3 feet, 4 feet, and 5 feet, that has a rock waterfall and it's got a spa. That's a pebble tech pool. That's going to add more value than, say, an older pool. So the first rule of thumb is, well, it depends upon the pool. So what I always say to people, let me come out and take a look at the pool, and then I'll tell you how much it adds of value. So I've spoken to appraisers on this issue, and most of the time they're not giving a tremendous amount of value for a pool. Might be $10,000, it might be a lot of money, like maybe $20,000 or $30,000, but they're not going to give a home an enormous amount of value if it has a pool. Another thing to think about too with pools is a lot of our home buyers here in Tucson don't want a pool. So particularly older people, they don't necessarily want the upkeep of a pool, so they're not going to want to pay a lot more for a pool. So a good rule of thumb, how much does it add to the value? Well, it depends upon the pool. And number two is most appraisers are going to say somewhere between $10,000, $20,000. Some of them give no value for the pool. So keep that in mind. So if you're thinking about putting in a pool and you spend $100,000, you may not get as much out of that back on value. So if you're thinking about selling your home and you want to know how much the pool is going to add, have me out. I'll come do a walkthrough. We'll take a look at the pool and then we'll price it with the pool in there and see how much it adds in value. So if you're thinking about selling your home, call me or send me an email. My number will be on the screen and my email address is ryancomstock@ryancomstock.com. Thank you so much and make it a great day.